Okay, I'm going to try to draw the China map with all the Chinese provinces in Chinese characters. I've been working on it for a week, so let's see how it goes. All right, the northern area, I basically grouped it into 5 north, 5 east, 5 south, 5 west, and the middle, 7 plus 3. And then there's a +1 here for Shanghai. So we'll draw Taiwan in there. It's debatable whether it's part of China or not, but we'll do that. So that's the way I try to remember all the provinces. So let's start with the 5 northern provinces. So Heilongjiang is the first one, and as the Ma underneath, Heilong. Long is kind of cool because it has the looks like a dragon if you kind of expand it. And Jiang is a really useful character to learn. It's easy with the Sandian Sui, the water with the I. That'll be used multiple times. That's one. Second one is Jiling, and this is a scholar with an open mouth looking at the trees. Ling. So and they look like trees. There's 2 little trees. So scholar radical over the mouth. He's looking at the trees, amazed at how beautiful it is. Liaoning, this kind of funny character is just fun to write. And then Ning we'll be using it later as well. So it has a ding under a house. Ding is the nail under a house. So that's 3 of them. And then over here, so this is kind of the chicken head of China, and then it curves in. So Korea is over here, and then it curves in for the yellow sea, here, and then we have Beijing here. Sorry, let me write it correctly. So the 2 sides, and then hook, and then Jing is capital. So a small under the hat head here, thinking like if you are the capital, the emperor, you don't have to speak very loudly. And Tian Jing, so Tian is just sky, that's easy. The Jing is a little trickier, so let's think of the Sandian Sui, the water again. And then this kind of thing we'll use later on again. So that's a good. This one actually goes through. Okay, so Tianjin. So this is the 5 for the northern piece. You can define northern or not. So now let's go to the eastern seaboard. So we'll start with Shan. Shan is easy. It looks like a mountain. Dong. Okay, thank you. It's simplified. It's much easier to write. Shandong. And then we got Jiangsu. So Jiang again we'll use. Remember we use it up here in the Heilongjiang. So Jiang, and then Su is the grass on top. And then let's see if I can get this right. So supposedly that radical underneath the grass is like Li Hai. Very impressive. And then we have Shanghai. So Sang is easy, and then Hai. The Sandian Sui, and then, okay, Shanghai. Then we have Zhejiang. Okay, Zhejiang, good thing as water too. This is the hand radical, so Zipang. And I think of this as FT. It's a weight Jing, but it's like Fortune magazine, so measuring the weight. Jiangsu again. No, sorry, Zhejiang. So Zhejiang again, we have that. So that's 1, 2, 3 plus the 1 Shanghai. So that's, we need 2 more characters here. So over here we have Anhui. So the An is pretty easy. It's just a woman under a house, so it's peaceful as a woman in the house. But the Hui is really rough. There's 3 pieces of it. So the left side is foot. And then on top is a mountain, then a 1E. This looks like the Bomofo choose like car or something, and then a shell underneath that. And then, I don't know what you call this, but it looks like a big seat on the side. So, anhui, that's like 3 characters all squished together. And then we have Jiangxi. So, we have Jiangsu here, so we have Jiangxi, just means west. Learning the directional characters is really helpful. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 1 Shanghai. So that's the eastern seaboard. And then we'll go to the southern part of China. Okay, we got, well, let's just draw Taiwan out here. Draw is the wrong word, right? Taiwan. And then this is a fun character, kind of like the dragon. It's the winding one, is the bend around. So it bending around. So we'll kind of have that off the coast there. Okay, Fujian. Fu is, let's see, this radical on the side, I think of it like a scarecrow. One open mouth over a field. Eco Tian. So that, you know, lots of mouths feeding off the field. That's, you know, wealthy, Fu. So that's a good character to learn. And then Fu Jian. Okay, this Jian kind of has the elements of this character here. So let me think about that. Fu Jian. Does it have the... Oh, so I think of it, and also has this side thing like that, except it's even cooler. So you go over and then there's a line over. So I think it's like the more sophisticated version of the radical for Liao. And then you have the, like the Tianjin kind of, the Jing radical in here. Okay, so Fujian. Well, the Guang is very easy. So Guang, that's so easy to write. So it just means wide. Guang. Dong, we had the Dong here earlier, like from Shandong here. And then Guangxi. So, Guangdong, Guangxi. Oops, that stuck out a little bit. Okay, Guangxi. And we had the Xi here, so that means west, east and west, so wide east, wide west. And then Hainan is this island here. So Hai, we already had in the Shanghai. So Hai. And then Nan. It's kind of tricky getting the little pieces inside there. Hainan, okay. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is kind of cheating, but I'll just stick Ringnan in the southern, so I get nice and 5. Ring's like a cloud on top, the 2 lines on cloud, and then Nan is just the south again, just like Hainan south. Okay, so that's the southern side. Again, we got 5 here, 5 plus 1 here, 5 here. Okay, so now let's do the middle 7 here, and they kind of match. So let's go here. First, on the west of Beijing, you remember this is Shandong, so we'll have a Shanxi here, San, and then Xi. So the east and west of the mountain, east of the mountain, west of the mountain. So imagine a mountain range here. I think it's Taihong Mountain or something like that. And then this side is Hebei. So He means river. So you got the water, Sanjian Sui. And it's a mouth, and I think it's, you know, it's a spiky river. Remember the ding from here? So you know, the rivers are, the waves in the river are running strong. So it's a ding, and then a Hebei. So just like the Beijing, the Bei. That's easy. And then we have the Henan just below it. So that's convenient. Okay. And then we have Hu. Hu is just lake. So this is He as in river, and then a lake. So there must be, I should draw in the middle. Okay, in fact, I'll draw the river in the middle. So there's a river, a big river, obviously, and this is the river north and river south. Hebei, Henan. And then in here, let's draw a lake. And then we'll have the same thing. Oh, sorry, I drew that wrong. So, 三点水, the water. And then there's a plus sign over a ko. And then a moon. Yeah, so I'm thinking it was kind of like a picnic. I don't know why they think it was a picnic with the moon shining on the lake. It's beautiful. And then we have Bei. So, Hubei. And then Hu Nan. Remember the same south Nan. Okay, so north and south of that. So we got 4 of them. Then we have the Sanxi, which is opposite the san of the mountain, the dong and the shi, and then we have Shanxi. So this is in English 1 A, and then on this one there's 2 A's, just representing the different tones. Shanxi, so a third tone. So this one, I think of it like a banner. You know, like the Chinese, you know, they're going to war, they carry the banner in front, and then it's kind of like a tian, except their hands are up. There's people in there. Oops, this comes out a little bit. So their hands are up, like woo, cheering. Shan shi is the same shi, so the west. So the 2 here. So notice the matching here. There's 2, a pair here, a pair here, and a pair here. So that's 6, and then we'll just add Ning Xia. So I think of in central China, they're very formal. Ning. Sorry, that's really kind of big. Now, it just sounds like this, the Ning as in gentleman. You know, you say Ni Hao, Ning Hao. The formal way of saying Ning, same as the Ning over here, Liao Ning. And then Xia is like Xia Tian, the summer. So it's almost like Bai, white, and Bai, 100, except there's an extra line in there. And then there's the seat here. The same seat, the kind of, sorry, that's not so pretty. Same seat here as in Anhui's side seat, which is the elongated version. Okay, so here, now we have the 7 central, and then we have what I call the 3 spicy or hot ones. And just for convenience, I didn't include Henan. I included it over here so that I have the 7. But the 3 spicy ones here, let's see, we first have Gui. So Gui. My name is Zong, so I think of a Zong on top. And then Bao Bei, the Bei, so like your treasure. So it's a treasure. It's actually the radical for a shell, this bottom part, which used to be for money. So Gui, so, and so is kind of fun because you'll see in a second it has many of the same elements of over here. Si, Cuan, Si just turns out to be number 4. I didn't realize that. And then Cuan is the same. So notice these with just Zhou has the extra little dots in there. Okay, in the middle, well, it's actually about here, is Chongqing, which is a special province. So there's a lot of lines in here. There's actually a Tian in the middle, which is my name line, an extra line in the middle, okay? So Cong, and then Qing is kind of like Guang's Y with a person inside it. Chongqing, okay. So here's the 3 hot. So in the middle has 10, so that I have a nice symmetry, 5, 5, 5, 10. And then finally we will do the western side. Okay, so let's start low, it's easy here. Okay, so let's do Qinghai, which is actually this big lake in the middle. Qing is clear. On a clear day, you can do skewers. I think of it like a skewer, like s'mores, over a moon. So kind of like the lake over here. I think of it that way. And then, so that's Qinghai. It's easy. That's like Shanghai, the hai. So they thought it was a sea inside because it's the biggest lake inside China. It's but it's actually a lake instead of a sea, but they thought it was a sea. So that's one of them. And then we'll get Mongolia, which goes all the way across the top, but we'll draw it here on the western side. It's kind of the wild, wild west. So nei is like a person inside the boundaries. It's, you know, it's inner. Meng. Meng is actually to confuse or to fake or to deceive, but I don't know if that's associated with just the sound like Mongolia. So let's see, the grass on top, a cap, one, and then this is the pig. Kind of fun to write as well. So a pig, like, you know, a couple feet. I don't know why it's stuff on the back, so maybe it's a side view. You see 4 legs. And then nei meng gu. So at least thankfully the last character is easy. This is very similar to the Ji Ling, except it doesn't have an extra line. So nei meng gu. And then China says the autonomous region. So we'll learn how to write that because the next several regions also have this. Sandian Sui. Kind of like the Taiwan, the Tai. And this is always fun. It's like kind of like an exit sign or something. You go out. So I can't really say this word. 自治区 or something like that. So self-autonomous region. So Xinjiang is also one of these, the autonomous regions. So let's do Xing. Guy's wearing a cap. And then it's over almost the sky, but it's a shao, small there. And then there's another of these Jing radicals on the side. Remember we had this from Zhejiang, the Zhe also had that. So I'm thinking the Silk Road, they need a lot of measurements. It's valuable there. So, and then Xinjiang, Jiang is tricky, but this is a bow. Cool, huh? And then over earth, 2. And then there's 3 lines and a 2 tian, so 2 fields separated. Wow, how cool is that? My name's in that twice. Okay, Xinjiang, and then of course the autonomous region. And then we have Tibet, which is actually Xi. So it sounds like Xing, Xi is west. And then Jiang, this is tricky. So let's do the grass. And then this is kind of fat. So I think of this as kind of a cliff face in Tibet. And 2 little temples are hanging off. And then on this face, there's 3 of them. 1, there's another square, 2, and then a third one. So 3 temples hanging off. The other face, kind of like the dragon in Long Xinjiang. All right, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and let's see, which one are we missing? We should, finally, Gansu, which kind of stretches across. Gan is almost like a primitive ideogram, so that's Gan. And then the Su has the same kind of top level character as the Tianjin and the side of Fujian. So again, the 3 guys like that. But this is interesting. It's more of like a horse with the feet here. So I kind of think of them running wild over there. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have the 5 west. All right, there we go with the 31 provinces and special autonomous regions of China, and we'll have Taiwan on the side.